This is your boy J.Perk, and I am not chilling, I'm making money!
What's up? This is young boy, young J.Perk of J.Perk Productions. This is another entry into my camera series, which changed channels from youtube.com/8pspi to youtube.com/jperk productions 1991. And I got another question, checking from my iPizzle. So, and the question is from a dude named Corey G. Lewis. He asked me a couple questions, and I'm gonna basically answer them for you today. So if you also got any questions for me, he was on Facebook, but if you also got any questions for me, feel free to ask them. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, Twitter, any of those social networks. You can find me at, you can also Google me at J.Perk Productions. You can Google 8PSPI as in EIGHT PSPI, and most of my stuff will come up in the first few pages. Same thing with J.Perk Productions. You can also do that to find me in various different locations. So the first question states, as far as camera questions, what advice on equipment to purchase? So I'm gonna give you an example of me. So for me, I shoot a lot of music videos, and for the most part in lower light situations I use a 50mm 1.8. That's a good lens, but on my crop body sensor of the T2i, it's kind of close and like really close. And what I'm going to invest in the future is a 24mm 1.4. I'm gonna get that lens for a variety of different reasons. For one, it's a little bit wider than the 50 on the T2i, so I get a little bit more flexibility and wideness. Also, it's at a 1.4 aperture, so that means I can go super duper bokeh-licious, or even not even that bokeh-licious. I can stand back and get that whole sucking a whole bunch of more light, which will also be good because light equals love. So, and from there I can also take beautiful photographs at f1.4 because the L lens, it'll be sharp at those wide open apertures, unlike the 51.8 and some of the cheaper lenses, it'll be much sharper. So overall investment, I think that'll be good for the photo and video. I can get some nice shots. Instead of using the 50, which is so close on my T2i, I can use the 24 and it brings it a little bit back. The f1.4 just brings it out. And I also want to get the 400mm 5.6 L lens. The reason I wanted to get that because I like taking nature shots of animals, and sometimes with my 55 to 250 I can't get as close as I want to, so that lens would probably be good. And they said that lens is sharper than 100 to 400mm, so I love sharpness, so I would definitely, that's the next thing I'm looking at to purchase for the animal shots that I do. For the things that I can't get close to, like if I go to the zoo, that 400mm lens, especially on the crop body sensor of the T2i, would definitely bring me closer to the subject, and that'd be awesome. So those are the equipment that I recommend for myself. And the way you go about recommending equipment for you is, what do you shoot? What do you like to shoot? What type of videos do you make? What equipment will help you better what you do? Whether it's a better microphone, whether it's a flash, like what equipment will help you out. So you gotta think about your needs and your wants and how you actually do your work, your photo and your video, based on which equipment you use, and give yourself some reasons why you need it. Well, not really why you need it, but why it will help you out, and some of the advantages and disadvantages of each piece of equipment that you thinking about getting. So that's really a question that's subjective, like what do you feel like you need? I gave you an example what I feel like I want to get next. But I can still do what I do without it, but I feel like, you know, it just bring the next level to what I do. It would just bring a new aspect to it. Like my first L lens, that 1.4 aperture at that wide 24, even on the T2i would be kind of wide, so that would be pretty cool. But let me get to the next question. His next question states, he do a lot of skate park photography, and he wants some tips on how to capture nice clean images, because you know the skaters, they move around a lot, and he wants some tips on that. So for one, I'm gonna give you a few tips. For one, I would like stop it down a little bit. If it's like daytime, I would stop it down, give you some leeway in case, you know, slightly misfocus a little bit. So I would say let's try to stay at like f4, f5, see what we can do with there. And then once you practice, you can go down like to that lower f numbers. But let's stay at f5 to f5.6. Let's stay around there. And on your camera, it should be like a focus mode where you can put it on continuous focus, and that's good for moving action, things like running, skateboarding, things like that. And the way continuous focus works is you hold the shutter button halfway down, and it continuously focuses on your subject, and they moving in different planes. So if they are further away and they coming towards you and you're holding the shutter button down, the continuous focus will continually focus on that same subject. So when you snap it, it'll be in focus. And I use the probably the 5 to 5.6 if the skater's doing some cool tricks and they just changing planes a lot. Just give you some leeway on focus. So I would try to use the continuous focus, practice, and let's start it at 5.6 and stuff like that. And then once you, I guess, you nail it a little bit more, you can drop it down so you get that shallow depth of field with that cool action. And remember, your shutter speed got to be fast too, because you definitely want to freeze the action, and just to create that sense of freezing time, the sense of just beauty in skating. So definitely do that. Try these tips out. Yeah, and I hope that helps you out, man. And at nighttime, you know, throw some lights on that. And some of the flashes you can do, like the joint where you can go past 200 for a second, and like the high speed sync, you can try that out for lower nighttime shots. But for the daytime, yeah, definitely I'm gonna sum it up for you. Definitely just start at like f5 at 5.6 to give you some leeway with your focus, and definitely put it on continuous focus, because that'll make it so much easier when you actually shooting. So yeah, this is your young boy, young J.Perk of J.Perk Productions. This is my camera series. If you got any camera questions, you can definitely hit me up from a variety of different places, from YouTube, Tumblr, Flickr, Google Plus. I'm on there as well. If you want to find me on the internet, you just go to Google. I like Google. You search in 8PSPI, or you can also search in J.Perk Productions, and you'll find most of my stuff on the first few pages. So y'all take care. If you got any camera questions, hit me in the comments, hit me in anywhere, and I'll answer them for you. Peace. This has been J.Perk Productions.
2011. Yay!